So today we have to continue with the methods of separation of solid liquid mixture. Okay, so four methods we have already discussed. Today we have to start with crystallization. So what is the principle behind crystallization? If there is a saturated solution. So what is a saturated solution? A solution in which more solute is there and less solvent is there. In such a mixture, we can apply the crystallization method for the separation of mixture. So what is the condition required over here? So first of all, the saturated solution is heated. Okay, first of all, a saturated solution is prepared and then that saturated solution is heated. Okay, so after heating the saturated solution, the solvent will evaporate fastly and the least solvent will be left. Okay, then that saturated solution will be left for cooling. Okay, so whatever solvent, least solvent will be there, that will also evaporate through the help of the air. Okay, so this is how the solute will crystallize out. Example of such a mixture which can be separated by crystallization, that is sugar and water solution. Sugar and water saturated solution. It means it will have more sugar and less water. Okay, it will have more sugar and less water. Now what is a crystal? Crystals are actually the solid particles which will have a fixed dimension. Dimension, it means it will have a fixed shape, it will have a fixed size and it will have a fixed luster. You must have seen the sugar molecules, cubical. So it is having a cubical shape, it is having a size and it is having a whitish luster. Okay. So crystallization is a process which separates a pure solid in the form of crystal from a saturated solution. So first of all, a saturated solution, it means more solute will be added in the solvent and then it will be heated. So as it will be heated, the solvent will evaporate out and least solvent will be left. Then it will left for cooling for some time, and as it is left for cooling for some time, through the air also whatever solvent will be there, that will get evaporated, and afterwards again we are getting the crystals of the solid, pure crystals of the solid. Okay, now the next method for separation of solid liquid mixture is centrifugation. So what is the principle? Homogeneous. You know homogeneous, when you cannot distinguish between the constituents of the mixture, it is known as homogeneous mixture. So homogeneous solid liquid mixture which have a difference in their density. It means a solid liquid mixture is there that one may have the higher density and one may have the lower density. So the constituent which is having higher density will be heavy and the constituent which is having lower density will be light in weight. So a centrifuge machine is used which is rotates at a high speed. So this is a centrifuge machine and these are the holes in which the test tube will be kept. So these are test tube holders, and as the switch is on, it will rotate at a faster speed. Okay. So high density heavy component of the mixture will settle down and the low density high density constituent of the mixture will settle down, and the constituent of mixture which is having low density will remain above. This part is what? High density and this part is low density. Okay. Then example of substance which can be, or mixture which can be separated by centrifugation, that is milk and cream. Your washing machine also works on the principle of centrifugation, okay, for drying purpose. So this is centrifuge machine. In the test tube holder the mixture is kept, okay, and then it is rotating at a fast speed. Okay, after rotating at a fast speed, the heavy component or the density high density component of the mixture will settle at the bottom of the test tube, and the low density component of the mixture will be floating above the high density component of the mixture. Okay, now why it is known as centrifugation? So in mechanics or in physics you will study there are two types of force. There is centripetal force and there is centrifugal force. So when the force is acting towards the peripheral region, then away from the center, that is known as centrifugal force. And when the force is acting towards the center, then it is known as what? Centripetal force. So here the force is acting away from the center. So that is why centrifugal force, and this process is centrifugation. So this is all for today. Thank you everyone.